Ladies, gentlemen, non-binary, this is Fade In with Michael Keneal. I am your host, Michael Keneal. Hello, everyone. Hello on this fine October Sunday. I am the host here at Fade In, and basically what the show is that we sit down with local artists in Miami and discuss some of the pieces of media that have inspired them. So let's get this started. So just so we don't have any audible jump scares, my co-producer here, Christian Canete, he helps me stay on track. Say hi, Chris.
How you doing, everybody?
And of course, I have a hair in my mouth right now.
It's from how long, luscious locks you have.
Yeah, that's what it is, from my fucking mustache. Anyway, I'm so happy and so excited for my guest today. The one, the only, LinnerBaddie. Say hello, Liner.
Hello. So major.
How you doing today?
Feeling amazing.
Feeling amazing because last night you won a pageant.
I am feeling like a winner. I wasn't going to say it, but thank you. Yes, I am your new Miss Day 2025.
Ooh. Give it up. Give it up.
Should have had champagne effects on hand.
So once a year, Villain Theater does a Miss Dade kind of comedy pageant, right? Where there's all kinds of characters and sketches and ideas. And last night, LinnerBaddie beat out the rest. That's awesome. What was your talent?
Surely did. I was representing Miss Unincorporated Dade.
Okay, yeah.
The most important part of Miami-Dade.
Of course, and the part that I'm actually from. And my talent was sign twirling.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yes, which is very, very Kendall, which is where I'm from.
Did it say T-Mobile on there while you were flipping it?
Oh my God, it was great. My partner and I, we made the signs together and they were fake businesses. Actually, one of them, I'm not even going to lie, it was based on a real business. Nice. It was called Fumarimas, which is like Fresco y Mas.
Oh my God.
Hell yeah.
Which is a smoke shop.
Yeah.
And I just think it's so funny. And it's literally in front of a Fresco y Mas. And I'm like, y'all are diabolical for that. I'm taking that. So that was one of my signs. The other sign was Baddie Insurance.
Okay, that's nice.
Of course. And then I made another sign that was De Pinga Pastelitos.
They sound delicious.
Yeah. I mean, I am so happy to have you on here. Just in case anybody listening doesn't know, is unaware, there's a phenomenal show once every week, every Friday night at Villain Theater called LINKUp. Liner, why don't you tell us a little bit about LINKUp? What is the show itself?
Yes. We like to call ourselves Miami's girliest drag show, and we're also Miami's only trans-centered drag show. So we do have the largest cast of trans drag performers in all of South Florida. I want to say Florida in general. I want to, girls, call me if you know a bigger cast. No, I'm still. It's too early to start talking so much shit. But
no, please let her rip. Please, we're drinking here, so let's go.
It's too early to get this messy. However, yes, we perform every single Friday. We have a gorgeous cast of divas that rotate every single week, and of course, it's produced and co-hosted by myself and my lovely sister Ariesela, who we do everything together. We just kind of like developed the show 2 years ago together initially as a drag race viewing party.
Right.
And then as it got bigger and bigger and we wanted to just keep performing outside of the viewing parties when the show wasn't airing. And we also incorporated this open stage element to it where we started allowing any performer basically who has ever wanted to try drag on our stage. And that kind of started slowly forming like a huge community. So now we have this huge roster of like amazing, beautiful performers that just come every week and show love, show support. They like now preparing your number specifically for LINKUp is a thing. Like debuting at LINKUp is like a thing. Like the girls are like, I want to debut at LINKUp. Like I want to make my start there. Like I want to perform on that stage. Like I want the lights. I want the everything. I want the fog machine. Like we've become known for that.
No, I mean it's a great venue for your show. I know you perform at other venues as well, but specifically at Villain, it's a great environment. I mean, I've personally produced stand-up comedy shows there following LINKUp, and it was just like, how the fuck do I follow this energy? Like you're in the room and it's packed. People are standing in the back, and the music is thumping, the lights, the fog machines, the fucking cartwheels. It's like, no, literally wild. I saw one person, I'll never forget. It was a night that I was producing a show, and I forget her name, but she had these like little kind of sparklers with fire
Oh,
And I was like on stage on fire. I'm like, forget it, man. This is no one's gonna want to sit and quietly watch stand up. This is too much. This is amazing.
Right. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I did feel a little bad.
I mean,
I'm like the stand-ups. I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Right. No, that's just the nature of it. I mean, at the end of the day, Friday nights were kind of slow there for a little bit, but your show single-handedly made Friday night a place to be, for Villain Theater. That's fucking awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it is sincerely great. Like,
It's quite the party vibe.
It is quite. It
have been there.
Yeah, it is quite the party. So you said you have a co-host and co-producer, Ariacela.
Sure do.
So where'd you meet her?
We actually met, you know what's so crazy? We met at a Halloween party, and my cousin introduced us. So it was like completely not drag related. It wasn't like, I was just like there at my cousin's Halloween party because she always has a Halloween party, and I was just on mushrooms, and I was just like, I hope my mom's not listening. and then I met her, and this was crazy because it was also like pre-transition. So I met Ari like way, way back.
Oh, okay.
And the first conversation we had, which was crazy, was about wanting to do drag and loving RuPaul's Drag Race. And then a couple years later, we stayed in touch on Instagram. I saw that she started doing drag. And she was performing locally in Miami and Gramps, Wynwood and stuff. So then I started checking her out, and I would just see her at the shows, and then we would hang out after the shows and talk and be like, oh my gosh, like if only there was a scene that was more, like girl friendly, because sometimes it feels like when you go out, even in the drag scene, like of course everyone's like, everyone wants to be so cunt and femme and blah, 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 blah. Then like, then no one wants to be nice to like the cunts and the femmes. Like, and I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? So that's really what Doll LinkUp also prides itself on, is like creating like a very femme forward community. Like we're very much like trying to embrace everybody, and we don't want anyone to feel like excluded or judged just because, like we want to be girly as fuck.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's great. What I guess we'll start with your childhood, right? This is gonna be like a therapy session. Well,
I'm so ready.
as far as you growing up, being a kid, getting into like what was your first like kind of real big memory or whatever as far as taking on art? Has it always been performance art? Was it ever film? Is it writing? Like what kind of got you into the arts in general?
Oh my God. I guess if I'm taking it way, way back, I was always creative visually.
Yeah.
Like always like drawing in my notebooks, always like wanting to, but also very, what's the word? Like business savvy. Cause I would like make my little drawings and then sell them. Like
Oh, nice. All right. How old were you when you were selling drawings in school?
elementary school, like probably 4th or 5th grade. Like I didn't sell any, but I was like, I could sell these.
They're for
They're
sale.
that good. Yeah,
Okay,
no,
yeah.
it was just, I didn't sell any, but I was like, I had that kind of confidence. Like I was like, I could sell this.
That's awesome. I know you were in. Wait, hold on. So. Liner and I have known each other for a few years now. We both
Yes.
started off at Villain Theater, literally sweeping the floor and stuff like that together.
Fully.
And I remember having early conversations with you where you said, I think were you doing makeup tutorials and stuff like that. Were you doing that online?
If you could call it a tutorial, I was doing more like the Instagram little like, boop, 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 boop,
Oh,
boop,
okay,
like,
okay.
kind of like accelerated tutorials. Like I never went into the full blown YouTube like 30-minute get ready with me situation.
Right.
But yeah, I was posting mostly a lot of makeup looks online, like every day actually, because I guess I like a lot of everything, because to go back to my childhood, it does make sense now that
Right.
I've like, my makeup is like very graphic because I really love drawing and cartoons and everything about like, just like graphic art, I guess, in general. But I was also very much like a performer, like a dramatic kid.
Right.
So I feel like the two things very much came into play once I started to do drag. But I never was like the kid that was in drama, or like I wanted to be, but because of my school, like I went to like such a, for lack of a better word, nerdy school. It was a math conservatory. So
Okay, which school
wow.
is this?
our comedian in
Oh.
Kendall, the
Oh,
Greek
yeah.
school. It was a Greek school.
Okay.
It's a nice school.
It was a very nice school. I had a very great education. I won't deny that. They did not believe in theater at all.
I can see that.
I mean, I had parents that were like not super into the arts. How were your parents kind of supportive of what you were? If you don't mind me asking, we don't have to go no.
They were no. I mean, I will say like my mom is super supportive now.
Yeah.
But as a kid, they were like, but you're still like gonna be a doctor, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, the drawings are cute. Like, but you're gonna be a doctor, right?
That old school Hispanic
That's
kind
a
of
good
like
Latino parent.
right. Yeah.
And in fact, yeah, once I went to college, it was like a pre-med track. But then halfway through that, I was like, you guys, I can't.
Well, I was gonna say, you definitely. When I first started, I was like pre-veterinary medicine, and then I ended up being creative writing. Because like
Yes.
halfway through, I was all like, yeah, I don't really want to murder dogs. I like writing short stories. I'm like, this is cool.
I also wanted to be a veterinarian.
It sounds good, and then you start learning stuff, and you're like, oh, these people are like really depressed. I'm like, yeah, job doesn't seem so nice.
Yeah, so yeah, coming up, doing that stuff. So at some point you said to yourself, like, screw it, I'm going to be, because I know you were in production, or you still are, but when you started off, like, what kind of what switch went off when you're like, okay, school's important, all that stuff, but I'm going to fucking do this now. I'm going to start doing something else.
Yeah, no, there was a major switch. I felt like okay, so my story is like kind of a little bit all over the place. So
Let's hear it. Whatever you're willing to,
However,
No.
Miami, you're willing to get with it.
I'm a little ADHD, so as well as I'm going to try and tell it in chronological order.
Okay. If this is the biopic movie, this is the intro, then we flash back to your childhood, and we'll end up back here by the end of 2 hours. So let's do it.
Then the intro, yeah, like what changed me was when I lived in New York. I'm not going to lie. That was like
Okay.
the switch that went off. And it was brief and temporary and interrupted by COVID, unfortunately, because I moved in 2019, 5 months before COVID.
Oh, no.
And I had what in my mind was like my dream job. I was actually working at a podcast company, which is crazy. And it was like a joint venture with Sony. So I was technically under like the Sony umbrella, and it was like this really nice gig, and it was just like fancy, good paying. I was like the admin assistant. I was also the executive assistant to like the CEO and the COO, and they were also like so cool. And we were working in Brooklyn, and it was like, dream job. And then
Very hip.
Right,
Very hip.
so hip, so chic. I know, like I was living the life. And then, yeah, March 2020 happened, and my dad was like, I was actually incidentally visiting Miami the weekend that everything shut down.
You couldn't even leave. You couldn't even go back if
No,
you wanted to.
not that. My dad's like, you're not getting on that plane. You're not getting on that plane. And like my job even emailed me and was like, we're taking a 2-week break. So like, don't come back. And I'm like, well, I guess I have nothing to come back to.
Oh man.
And then the 2 weeks turned in,
Right.
to the years.
And sorry about that.
So then eventually I was there for a while, and being home for COVID
Yeah.
was, like for everybody, kind of like an eye-opening experience. And I felt like it really allowed me to, for the once, like really have so much time to start playing with makeup. For starters, like that was really when I started going in deep with like wanting to like spend hours in front of the mirror, like trying to perfect my looks, because I always wanted to have like sickening makeup looks, but I never had like the time or the patience to really like
Sit down and do it.
go for it. And especially drag. Like I always knew I wanted to start drag, or like I knew I wanted to try drag as early as college, because that was when I first started watching RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah.
Like that's when I was like first really, really introduced to it. But I never thought I could actually do it. I thought I would just be like a permanent spectator, because back then, like I just felt like my perception was like, a cis woman can't do it,
Right,
like
okay.
I'm just barred from it, you know what I mean? Like, so I just didn't give it much thought. But then I was like, I want to do makeup, I want to perform, I want to dance, I want to wear sickening looks, I want to be funny, like, you know what I mean? And so, and I also like wanted to be, in production as well. See, so now you're seeing like I'm all over the place.
No, that's fine. I mean, that's how it is. We definitely never, we never, wherever we want to go, it's so fun. I guess what I'm getting at is that like when I started getting into the arts, and I know Chris as well. Chris writes and he does some cool stuff. Like we started writing. I never thought I'd end up at stand-up comedy until it started pulling me there. So I understand you completely. It's like you had this general direction of like makeup, drawing, art, and then it's just like, all right, now I want to perform. I totally understand what you mean. Like that's how it is. You try a little bit of everything. Which is why you were doing improv classes
Right.
in Miami. Yeah.
Exactly. So I did actually move back to New York for a brief period in
Okay.
2021. And the rent was so low that I was able to afford my own like 1-bedroom apartment. And so then I gave myself like 1 more year in New York. So total I lived there like a year and a half. But that second bit in New York was kind of like, that was like when the real work started, I felt like, because I was alone a lot in that apartment. I was very isolated. I didn't have any community. I had like my close friends that I went to college with, that I would see all the time, but I lived in Brooklyn. The other 2 lived in Queens. It was like insane amount of time to like get to each other. It was like, so it was just like not, and we would, it just, I was alone.
Yeah. I mean, COVID, a lot of us spent a lot of time introspective, it kind of puts things in place.
Everybody living in a cocoon, basically.
Yeah, no, I was alone for quite a few months of COVID, and it definitely helped me prioritize like kind of what was important to me and stuff like that. So I totally get it.
Fully. And I was learning that New York is not the same, 1. And 2, I can't deal with the cold. Like,
Yeah.
I could not deal with the cold. I'm like, no, this isn't worth it. Like, I'm from Miami. What am I doing here? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then something just kind of clicked in me, and I felt like there might actually be more opportunity for me in Miami. And I had never in my life thought that, because my whole life I felt like I had to leave Miami to like be somebody.
I feel like most of us growing up here feel that way. And then you kind of get out and you're like, oh, there is like a lot of stuff to do here. You're just kind of...
Yeah,
You have to find it.
Yeah.
the Miami art scene is not really. I mean, I was just talking about this earlier, but yeah, it's not a play. There's a ton of great things to do here, but by comparison, New York, LA, Chicago, all these other big cities, there's so much more. It's so dense. But the exciting thing about you being in South Florida, in Miami, with your drag show in a red state, is that you get to be this kind of groundbreaking, and I'm not saying that you were the first drag show in Miami, but you have your mark, you have your thing here, especially in a venue like Villain Theater and other places. What other venues have you has the Dolls performed in?
So we've performed in Willie's, rest in peace. Willie's doesn't exist anymore, but
R.I.P.
LinkUp was booked. We were,
That's
I
dope.
performed at Willie's all the time. Love it there. And we've also performed, this past year, we were at Miami Beach Pride,
Okay.
which was super, super fun. We've also performed together at Emo Night,
Oh,
which
nice.
was like a huge show. We were in the Stash Bar. It was super fun. And yeah, I'm kind of blanking right now.
That's fine. It happens. It happens when you're live. You just go like, oh, what happened? I can't remember.
I'm like, I swear I perform outside
No,
of Villain.
I know you've been.
We've been on stages, I promise.
No,
Right.
I definitely know you're one of the busiest people. A period that I know, and I don't know. I guess seeing us both in our own paths, respectively, seeing you sincerely, and I'm gonna get a little sentimental here, right? You sincerely like inspired me specifically because I remember all those early conversations when we would do like the volunteer shifts, and you had all these ideas. I would talk to you. We'd talk about random stuff, and then from almost like I feel like it happened so fast, but it also happened where like you all of a sudden had this show, and it kind of started to take off, and I'm sitting there like Vettel literally had this it started to blossom, and I'm like, I can do this too. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm like, I can do this too, which is why, as of late, my thing with like Dunces and Dragons and my own kind of shows. But I remember just kind of like checking in. I think you were 6 months in. I'm like, dude, your show's fucking great. Like, people are coming for it. And it was just like a new thing, a new variety that I felt, and then I'm not throwing shade here, but I felt like Villain kind of needed a little something
push.
new. And it was great that you were able to do that there. And now it's known. It's like the home of Doll LinkUp, right? So
Truly, 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 like home of Doll LinkUp, home of the dolls, like working with Villain, to me, honestly, has been a blessing, because when I did come back from New York, that was the kind of changing moment. And right before that, right before I left New York, I did this kind of mentorship program, which was super cool because it was part of Soho House. And honestly, I applied because it included a membership to Soho House, and you know me,
Yeah. We fucking I'll go.
super chic. I'm like, I'll take it. And it was for young creatives, and I was like, oh my god, like I am a young creative, but I was really struggling with that as an identity because I had never really I had never called myself an artist up until that point.
Right.
Every job I had post college was like a desk job, and I had never put myself out there as an artist or even put my art out there in a way that was like kind of, oh, she's an artist. Like, you know what I mean? So, and I hadn't performed on stages at that point. Like, you know, like I was just kind of, for lack of a better word, like a nobody.
Sure, yeah. I mean, and even like once you start calling yourself like an artist, and even though like anybody can be an artist. Like,
That's
like,
true.
you
That's
know,
true. No,
but
that's
like
true.
the moment you say it out loud, that like very pessimistic, like cynical comedian mind of mine is like, shut the fuck up. Don't try to fucking something. But you have to like
Yeah.
fight that off. Like, no, I want to do this. I want to work. And yeah. As far as like were you always so confident in your performance? Okay, that's what I want. I want to like what was when was that kind of like aha moment where you're how has it always been fear? Like with a lot of comedians, it's fear until you're doing jokes, and then you're good, and then the moment you get off the stage, you're scared again.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, like, is that kind of how you work, or just yes?
Pretty much, yeah, yeah. You see me nodding because I am an anxiety girly, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like, just totally, love to second guess and doubt myself. Like, it's just a hobby of mine, I think. And I think that's what took me so long, to be completely honest, because I didn't feel like I could even like take up space in that way. But I always grew up wanting to literally do stand up. You know what I mean? But like, I grew up watching these male stand-up comedians, and well, I watched like the girls too, and it wasn't honestly until I started watching like Drag Race, I saw a drag stand-up comedian that I was like, that, like the fabulosity of it, like the times 10 of it, like that's what I want, like the diva-ness of it, like, and I guess I like knew I was a showgirl inside, but I was just really repressing it hardcore. And so being at Villain, they literally unlocked me fully. Like, Villain helped bring me out of my shell in a way that I couldn't have anticipated, to
Yeah.
be honest. But at the same time, I specifically signed up for improv to help with my stage fright, because that was what I knew was what was keeping me from doing drag.
So you had straight up stage fright, huh?
Yeah.
Like early on.
Like horrible fear of public speaking, gnarly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Doing for me, like I never had. I mean, stage fright's always. I don't know if I've had stage fright, but for me, it was learning how to go out in front of, no matter what I'm doing, whether it's improv, stand up comedy, whatever the fuck I'm doing. No, for me, I had to like go out and like fail on stage and be comfortable with that feeling, so that I can have the confidence to go on. Would you say that was kind of, did you feel comfortable, especially those first couple of improv shows you do when you have no experience? Like, it's a lot to just sit out there and you're like, I'm a talking tree, fucking, why isn't this working right now? You know what I mean? And you have to like look people in the faces.
I guess you're right. Yes, I do remember many a night where I would drive home and try and like psychologically counsel myself into being like, it's okay, you were bad.
The good thing about that is that once that happens, you see like what's the worst gonna happen. It's
Right.
Like, you're just gonna laugh at yourself on the way home. Like, I'll
Right.
do better next time.
Right. No, fully. And like in the beginning, I also, when I was growing up, I was a gifted kid.
Oh.
So-
I knew it. I was gonna say that repressing because I was gifted to. Is like they like beat in your head. You're gonna be a lawyer. So you're like, I want to be a writer. Like, why? You're
Why?
like, because I like write.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
That's why
it's
you
a lot of
repress
pressure
yourself.
for kids.
You're like, I'm sensitive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It is. It's a ton of pressure for kids to kind of put all that like that expectation onto you. You know what I mean? That you're gifted, even like that word and stuff like that. You're above the other kid, and now the whole time you're probably just thinking like, well, I can't lose this place. I can't lose my
Yeah,
spot. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. So that really does. I don't know. Like, I do see the memes online about it, but it's a real. Like, you really are afraid to fail at a certain point, and so it's like the fear of failing is so high in me all the time that it just kind of, it makes it hard sometimes. But doing drag has forced me to overcome it every single time. I'm like, okay, girl, like, and especially when you first start out, because I'm not gonna lie, like, yes, like LinKup is a sisterhood and like drag is a sisterhood, it's a community, but not everybody's your sister.
Right. Oh yeah, that's something you learn very quickly when you get into the art scene.
Yes.
And not only that, but I guess I just want to talk about like my first kind of not that my opinion matters on this subject, but like as a straight man who, like, I remember I went to my first drag show, it was at UM. And I didn't really know what the fuck to expect. I was just kind of like, okay, let me just watch. And because I'd never seen that Patrick Swayze like movie until.
Wong Fu?
Dude,
Yeah,
let me tell you
I love
something.
that movie.
I did not
Wesley
know.
Snipes is gorgeous.
And,
Yes.
everyone's beautiful in that movie.
Agree. And John Leguizamo.
John
Great.
Leguizamo's one of the funniest people. I love him so much.
I did not know. I was dating someone, and we went to like a dinner party at a friend's house, and it was this gay couple, and we were talking about movies, and they're like, "Have you ever seen this movie?" And I said, "No. What are you talking about?" And they're like, "Patrick Swayze in drag." And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking?" And
Patrick Swayze throws roundhouses.
I'm like, this was 2021. I had no idea that movie existed, and I was like, and everyone stopped, and it's like, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna show you this movie.
Oh, that's.
And I was like blown away, and I frankly, I was kind of like embarrassed that I'd never heard of it, like even in the first place. But anyway, let's not go
those
down.
are great friends. Those are great
Yeah,
friends.
they're like, we're gonna teach him, and we also saw
Yes.
Paris is Burning like in the same evening. You know, so yeah, they
Oh,
were like,
they really? Oh, they educated.
yeah, they're like, we're gonna
you. They were like-
educate, we're gonna educate the
like,
fuck out
drop
of you.
everything.
Yeah.
Those are great friends because those are two amazing movies to like really understand like what it is to be like a drag
Yeah.
queen, or at least in that scene.
Yeah, I was seeing someone who was really into the show, and we would watch it. And I remember after a while, I was kind of like, okay, this is performance art. But what fucking pulled me in were the campiness and the characters of it, and even going to like your show. Seeing some of these kind of characters that come out, and they may or may not have a person. If they're doing a dance number, the only thing you know about the character is their like aura, their presence, their
Right.
movement, and their outfits. And even that is something that evolves throughout the number, where like an article will come off or it'll kind of change or something like that. And I just like, to me, that's just kind of like, it's incredible performance, and it's always done to like dope ass like pop music as well.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You can appreciate anything that's done to a good pop.
Yeah, with the dances and stuff like that. But okay, I think this is.
Wait, I had one
go for
quick
it.
question. What do you you were saying, like, visually you like obviously a lot of like graphic stuff. Do you feel you're more like are you more inspired like comics, animation, like certain artists, like paintings and stuff like that? Like visually, what is it that you usually like drawn to and what you like to like produce?
Yes. Honestly, I really am inspired by cartoons a lot.
Nice.
Not so much comics, but like I grew up on honestly like SpongeBob.
Yeah.
I'm
All
like
those-
that's like my jam.
Nickelodeon animators like underrated sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely,
they're
yeah.
great artists.
Fully. And then beyond that, I was like a Disney girl.
Oh, yeah, you
Like,
were a Disney
fully,
girl?
Just fully.
They don't mess
Fully,
around
like
with
I
their
thought, you know, like I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a veterinarian / animator at Disney, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be Snow White and I'm gonna save the deer.
Yeah.
Right. Literally, like that was kind of my plan when I was like 10, I think. Like I was like, oh yeah, I'm going places.
What was your go-to show on the Disney Channel when you were growing up?
That's so Raven.
Really?
Nice. That was a good pick.
She was everything to me.
I liked her psychic powers that you would suddenly,
The trance.
Like she was also
Yeah.
so funny. Like to me, like oh my god, like such an underrated actress. Like she just delivered every single time. Raven Simone, yay!
I have to say, it must be from the experience she had from like being on very successful sitcoms as a kid.
I mean,
Oh,
from
teen.
such a young
Dude,
age.
she was like on the Cosby Show, a whole bunch of. So you learn timing doing like just watching these get like, oh, everybody's laughing like when this guy did this.
Yeah, I remember. This is like a little off topic, but it's about her. She was on like a wrestling pay-per-view one time, and they had her come out in front of the ring, in front of a packed crowd, and she was like doing this whole thing, and the audience wasn't buying into it, right? Because I guess it wasn't that, and I was at home just kind of like, you have no idea who you fucking she's
her
a
respect.
fucking talent. Like you guys
Show
have
her
no clue. And she was going with it too because she's great at improv, but.
She is. I'm
That's so
telling
funny.
you, like.
But on the topic of course, when you get into art and you start meeting other artists and you start working with other people, you learn who has good work ethics, who's just a solid person to be, who's going to be honest with you with feedback.
Yes.
And this I think is a perfect segue to one of the films that you chose. Mean Girls. 2000 was it 2004?
2004.
2004's Mean Girls, starring Lindsay Lohan, Rachel McAdams, a bunch of fucking people, Tim Meadows, Tina Fey.
Everyone.
I was so why Mean Girls? Just
Why not Mean Girls?
right.
Well, I wasn't gonna pick Mean Girls, to be completely honest. And then last week we did a Mean Girls show at LinkUp.
Nice.
Because it was October 3rd. And if you
Right,
watch the film, that is an iconic line that Lindsay Lohan tells to her love interest when she's basically just like, he asked me what day it was on October 3rd.
Yeah.
It's like, it's October 3rd. Anyway, I messed that up. But
No. I actually wanted to. I have like a page here that. So I've seen the movie like quite a few times, but I hadn't seen it in like over 10 years or something like that. So I watched it again in preparation for this. And something that I used to do a lot when I was younger is me and my friends, we'd quote movies with each other. You just quote
Yes.
movies all day.
Yes.
Mean Girls, till this day, has, a dozen iconic quotes.
no, more than a dozen.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it is. Like, the reason why ultimately I chose it was because I was like also rewatching Mean Girls to kind of get ready for the show. And I was like, oh, I have this movie completely memorized, and I forgot that it was the one movie that all my friends had completely memorized. Like, in high school, we would just go around quoting Mean Girls obsessively, and it was just, she was that girl, and I still identify and relate to that movie so much. It still rings true. It's still so funny. And honestly, at LinkUp, like, the way that everybody went so crazy for everyone. First of all, everyone went as Regina George.
Of course, yeah. She's the best like high school villain.
But, me knowing a couple things about the girls, I was like, okay, they're all going to show up in blonde, so I'm going to be Janice Ian then.
Oh, there you go.
I just showed up as like the one goth girl in just like a room full of blonde units, but it was such a fun show. And everybody had like these insane monologues in their mixes, like, and the crowd was going wild, and it was just like so clear that this movie is like, so it's still culturally relevant,
Yeah, completely. I think I told you when you selected the movie, we were texting each other, and I said Mean Girls is like a millennial Shakespearean play,
fully.
right?
Yeah.
Like if you think about it, right, with all like the big kind of characters, but
And
yeah,
the storyline itself, like about how it's like, oh, one girl is going to use the new girl to betray the plastics, and then she becomes one, and like the betrayal and
Right.
and then it's also a movie that is really just about kind of like the girls' relationships with each other, and like, yes, the guys are about it, but it is more so about the girls, which I also really like.
yeah, and even in like the end, you have that great scene where Tina Fey has them all kind of It's like, okay, instead of
Yes.
we're not just going to defeat the antagonist of this movie and be done with. No, we're gonna make amends all the way across, and even at the end when she gets crowned, was it like prom queen, right?
Yes, the homecoming queen.
The homecoming queen, yeah. She even breaks off like a piece for Regina George.
Yes.
As front. I mean, she like broke her spine. You know what I mean? She got hit by a fucking bus.
Yeah, she broke her tiara. Like,
Yeah.
it was such to me, it's still a strong message. It's still a very strong film, if I may say so myself. I did take a screenwriting class in college.
Oh yeah.
Actually, yes.
Okay.
I know a thing or two about cinema.
Like I know 120 pages. I'm aware. I'm aware. Who in those group of girls? Who would you say is your kind of the one you identified with the most when you were watching it?
It depends, like, honestly, what time in my life.
Right. I feel like everyone's like an aspect of like one person, right?
I
Right?
know. I feel like growing up, I guess, okay, you know what the real tea is? The girls are afraid to identify with Katie because she's the most boring one, and she's the one that's kind of like the pawn. Lindsay Lohan,
Yeah.
low key. But now I'm like, sometimes I do feel like Katie because she's just the girl that's kind of lost, and she's like, I'm from Africa. So sometimes I really feel that way, like where I'm
man.
like, do I understand girlhood? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I'm like, what is going on?
I'm just from unincorporated Miami-Dade.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, because she's the type of person that comes into the story and she's kind of comfortable with herself. She knows who she is, and then you have the plastic saying, "Well, no, you have to pick out something that you don't like about yourself when you're in front of the mirror." You know what I mean? You have to, you can't join the mathletes because that's social suicide or whatever. Like they're putting these things in, like these social like expectations or whatever, right? And now she's like, all right, I guess I'm going to concern myself with this now. I guess I'm going to concern myself. And then at the end, she kind of says, all right, fuck it, I'm going to find, who I am. But yeah, I think that she's like that on purpose. She's the audience surrogate. You know what I mean? That character.
Yeah. So I guess she's like meant to be like that. But I mean, I don't know. I'm like, do I identify with Regina George? Not sure, but I feel like maybe.
I feel like Regina George is a power fantasy.
She is.
You know what I mean?
She is.
In high school, if you weren't her, you wanted to be her. So.
Right. Yeah, which is everyone in that movie.
Exactly.
Yeah, even though she's fucking evil, dude.
I did really like Janice Ian. Like I felt like she had the best lines, and to me, she has like the best monologues. The first one is when she's yelling at Katie from the car.
Oh,
and,
right.
like Damien's trying to get her home.
Yeah. He's like, I have curfew. I can't stop the car.
Yeah, literally. And like, she's like, you're a mean girl. You're a bitch. Like, that was just like one of the best monologues. And then the other one where she's just like talking about Regina George. And she's like confessing to everything she did.
The trust fall scene.
The trust fall. Yeah. And she's like literally confessing to everything she did. And then she gets, she goes crowd surfing, like, because everyone was just like, Janice. So I feel like she kind of is like the low-key hero of the story.
Yeah.
Because she exposed the plastics through Katie.
Right. She did. Yeah, she was very CIA. She like sent someone in to infiltrate them. And
Fully, but I know at first it was for her own personal enjoyment, but then at the end, like, there was harmony between the girls for their senior year, so she kind of did her big one.
It was good for the community.
It was.
Yeah, it was good for the community. Yeah, I also thought, I remember watching it, and I hadn't seen it in a while, and I was like, I thought she was gay. But then, no, she's not or whatever,
She's
right?
Lebanese.
That's what it was. She's like, I'm Lebanese. Yeah, that's so fucking funny, dude.
That's great.
That's a great
It's
fucking
so
line.
good. That's what I'm saying. Like, the lines are so quotable. Like, the writing is so tight. Like,
Yeah.
it's like certain things, like, you watch it over and over again and you're like, oh my God, I missed that. Like, they're so stupid for that.
So, someone who's really great in that movie that I think goes unnoticed because she plays a one-dimensional character is Amanda Seyfried.
Yes. No, she doesn't go unnoticed.
No, her like dead eye.
Hers are so iconic. Her lines are iconic, too.
They're so fucking great. My favorite joke of hers, or I guess moment, was when I think it's Regina George. Not Regina George. It was what's her face?
Gretchen Wiener.
Gretchen, yeah. How she's like, well, I'm sorry if I'm just perfect and people like me, and like everyone spreads out, and just, Amanda's there by herself, like fucking doesn't even blink, just like waits for them. Yeah.
She was so good in that. She was so good in that movie that I think it really blew people's minds when she was like in Les Mis or like Mamma Mia. Anything else, they were like, oh my God.
Because
like,
you have to understand comedic timing.
She's so funny. Like, everyone in that movie was insanely funny and understood the timing, like, to the T.
Yeah,
sure.
Everybody was really good in that movie. There's all kinds of, I mean, I have like the list of quotes here. There's like, she doesn't even go here. We're going shopping. Fucking
Boo whore. I love
Oh,
that.
boo, you whore.
Yeah.
I say that to Mike at least once a week.
or Danny DeVito, you're my favorite. I love it.
Oh my God,
was that fucking? What is it?
Danny DeVito, I love your work.
Yeah.
I say that all the time. All the time.
The poor
my
guy
God.
must really hear that every day.
My favorite, this one's like kind of like a, what's it called when it's just like, you blink and you miss it. It's like when they first get to the mathletes competition towards the end, like the championship. And the guy, the head, Kevin Napor, he's like, oh, great turnout this year. And they pan to like no one in the audience. It's just, I say that all the time.
That one's great. And also Amy Poehler's fucking hilarious as Regina's mom in that, where she's reliving her youth through her daughter. And one of my favorite details of her is when they're doing the Jingle Bell Rocks number.
Yeah.
And she's like dancing with her, like she knows the routine as well. Oh, it's so fucking great. Let me see where we're at now. All right, let's
Night of the Rock.
we'll go with the next one. The next one is 1998's Night at the Roxbury.
Oh my God. You know what's crazy? I didn't realize 1998 is the year my sister was born.
Really?
And 2004 is the year my little brother was born.
Oh, wow.
Oh, there we
So
go.
cool. So I picked two movies for their birth years.
Oh, that's awesome. That's adorable. I when you told me Night at the Roxbury, I was like, I forgot that movie existed, and I've probably seen that movie like 25 times when it first came
It's
out.
a sleeper hit,
Yeah, that's great. And this is your second Lorne Michaels production that you've picked here, by the way.
which is wild.
So yeah, I mean, Saturday Night Live was kind of. That was during like the Will Ferrell, not Molly Ringwald, Molly Shannon.
Molly Shannon. She's in the movie. Yes.
Yeah, she's in the movie.
Oh, she is in the movie.
Yeah. It was
Ooh.
Anna Gasteyer, Molly Shannon.
Yeah, it's a great cast. So why not at the Roxbury? What about that movie inspires you?
So that is, first of all, it's just such a random movie, but it's so near and dear to my heart that it just like it sparks joy. It's like the movie that, and if I'm ever like horribly depressed, like I watch that and it just puts a smile on my face like in the first 10 minutes. And well, no, the first 10 seconds, sorry. It's just like as soon as you see them, they're like,
Yeah.
like, it's so stupid. And I actually saw the movie for the first time with my little sister, my whole family. We watched it, like, as a family while we were on a family trip in Chile. We were, like, visiting my dad's family in Santiago, and we were just staying, hanging out, and they were like, oh, do you want to watch a movie? Like, do you want to see this movie? And my parents were like, oh, my God, yeah, it's so funny. And they were like, can the girls watch it? They were like, sure. And we watched it, and we were quoting that movie, like, the whole rest of the trip in Chile, and then it's just me and my little sister like this, like we were like and we were just obsessed with that movie, like, no, yes, man, like that joke, like they were just so stupid. And to this day, like my sister and I, every year we say we're gonna dress as them for Halloween, like them in the two suits, but we also get asked a lot if we're sisters,
because you and your sister look like almost identical.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
True. No, we get asked if we're twins a lot, but the sister question blows my mind because I'm like, you know, we're related. Stop. Like, we look like we were copy pasted.
Yeah.
Like, so that's why that joke is so funny when they're like, no, yes. Like, I'm sorry.
That was that movie was one of the first, or if I remember correctly, one of like the earliest like SNL skits turned into an entire film.
Yeah. Well, I think Wayne's World was probably like the very first
Wayne's
one.
World definitely.
Oh,
the
that was
first
probably
one.
the first
Yeah,
one.
that was like 94 and stuff. But this is one of the early ones for
But
sure.
this movie is like so crazy to me, and I guess why I still love it is because now I am old enough to club and party.
Oh, okay.
And like I watched this when I was like 9 or 8. Like I didn't understand anything about clubbing. I didn't know who Richard Grieco was. I didn't know.
I love that he's listed on the cast like Richard Grieco. I'm like,
Like-
oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's fully in it, like as the kind of like saving grace figure, like the angelic figure that kind of comes and saves the whole story. And I don't know, like something about it. Like, I mean, I think just anytime I see Will Ferrell, like I am just such a sucker for Will Ferrell.
He's so funny.
He's fucking
Step Brothers
hilarious.
is another one of my all-time favorite
Yeah.
movies. So, and if I didn't pick this movie, it would have been Step Brothers. So,
I remember watching SNL during the Will Ferrell saga, we'll say, and it was just like everything he was on was just absolutely. Even if the sketch itself was like whatever, he was always on fire.
The Christopher Walken. I need more cowbell. It's like there's not many songs we have that's cowbell.
He was the cowbell player. He was Christopher Walken played Bruce Dickinson.
Yeah.
And I remember that because that's also the lead singer of Iron Maiden. That's his name. It's not the same person, very different person. But my favorite thing about Will Ferrell in that movie is his fucking shirt. He has, it's like that almost transparent, like almost see-through
the,
shirt.
like mesh.
Yeah, the
it's like the mesh shirt.
Yeah.
Fully. No, my favorite is his haircut. I'm sorry.
His-
Stop it.
dude, they have
his hair is
terrible
the
haircuts.
best in that
Beautiful.
movie. Like the like.
Fucking jealous.
Yes, and then the like John Travolta scene that they like recreate when
Oh.
they're getting ready.
Yeah.
is so good.
The pan, when the camera pans, I think from left to right, and he's just holding the hairspray.
Doesn't stop.
And it keeps. I'm like, oh, it's so iconic.
I do love the gag of him. When he breaks the window from
breaks the window
headbang, and
with
they just stop for a sec, and they just keep going. It's just like,
Yeah.
dude.
I know so much of it. It's so stupid, but I really love that sense of humor, like that kind of subtle or like very overtly physical, like nonverbal humor. Like
Yeah.
and that's like very Will Ferrell. Like he'll just like make a crazy face or he'll just scream, and I'm like, that's amazing.
Yeah. I love how they play with. My favorite thing about a comedy like that is how they take these characters that are, I would say, they're not realistic. They're cartoon characters put in the real world.
Exactly.
And it's so fucking, it's so like how delusional like they are to the world, and the world just doesn't even know what to think of them. That to me is just great.
But then it's also I guess what really drew me is like their spirit of, what is it? Ingenuity.
Yeah.
Like they
yeah.
really wanted this club. And like that's why I like it now, because I really feel like sometimes like me and Ari, like we have LinkUp and like that's our club, and like we're constantly running around to other like promoters and producers being like, do you want to have us?
Yeah.
Like can we get a meeting? Like, you know what I mean?
The best of that is that their idea of the club was the club's gonna be outside.
Yeah.
'Cause you spend more time waiting to get in the club. So when you get in, it's just like nothing inside.
It's like it's streets.
Yeah,
and
because the club is
signs.
outside. The DJ's outside.
And then someone steals their idea.
And it fucking does great.
And I'm like, that's so real.
It's very Saturday Night Live.
They were going for realness. Like, it's just, it teaches you a lot. I felt like that movie, on top of being funny, taught me valuable life lessons.
Yeah,
You know
don't
what
blur
I
out your ideas. Get them written down somewhere.
Yes, no, get in the meeting, like, get in there. Yes, exactly. Get the money first. Secure the bag first. But that.
Also, a ton of quotable lines in that film. I was telling Liner earlier that my favorite quote in that movie is when they get those girls to like sleep with them, that they're just into them because they think that they have money or whatever, and they're like, hey, let's go. Why didn't you say hi to that one girl that they passed out in public? And he's just like, why go out for burgers when you got steak at home? You know, and just like those fucking stupid lines. Also, a great thing about that movie is the music. The music in 1998, that music was dated. That's my favorite joke about that movie.
Yeah,
Wait,
everybody's like, why?
really?
In '98, that music
yeah.
was that music is the music that my parents listened to when they were like 19, 20 years old. Yeah, I'm talking like early '80s, like mid '80s
That's
type
funny
stuff.
because I really do identify, like, that time with
that,
music,
yeah.
of course.
That's good.
Yeah.
No, that whole playlist. Oh, and I had as soon as I remember, like, as soon as I touched back down in America, I was like, Mom, buy me the CD for that movie.
The
like,
Night
for
at the
real, for real.
Roxbury
And I had it. I still have it.
Really?
That CD probably went platinum or something. That's so funny.
It was really good. And it has both of them on the cover. Like, it's fierce.
Dude,
I love it.
One of the best lines of that movie. We had a pretty sweet time last night. Yeah, it was sweet. Diabetic, and they fucking high five. Come on, man.
I love how
hilarious.
they finally get with the girls or the girls that try to sleep with them because they think they have like that they're connected or whatever.
One of which is the iconic. I can't believe I can't remember her
What,
name,
Eva
but she's so
Mendes?
iconic. No. Hello, I need a hot dog real bad.
Oh yeah.
She's in it. It's like.
Jennifer. No, not
Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah, she's
Yes.
the hot cop.
She's
No, she's not the cop. She's one of the girls. She's one of the
Wait,
girls
she was
that
one
they
of the
tried to
girls.
sleep
I
with.
just saw that movie this morning. You mean to tell me?
She says she's a hottie police officer.
Oh, she's the hottie police officer? Is
Yeah.
that what it? Well, she's definitely in the movie.
She is Jennifer Coolidge. Yeah,
No
she's a
shit.
hottie police officer.
I literally watched it this morning, and I'm very obviously Stifler's mom, dude.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah,
Mom.
that's fucking nuts.
Forever. She said that role did very well for her.
That's Stifler's mom.
And after being Stifler wrong, she did pretty
Yeah,
fucking good.
I mean she's doing really well for herself now. Like she's fucking kicking ass.
She's a
Mike's like,
queen.
please, I'll marry you.
I mean, kind of. Did you ever see that interview with her and what's his name, Jason Momoa? There's a really good one where they're asking him a question. And Jason Momoa is just kind of like, I like going to the zoo, and he goes to.
Oh my God,
he's like,
yes.
would you ever go to the zoo? She's like, yeah, I'll pretend to be your mother, and like just, dude, she's so
hilarious.
funny.
She's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, she's so great.
All right, jump into the last
All right,
one.
we'll jump into the last one just so we have time to.
Because it's a very good one. I do
Yeah,
love it.
this one I'm the most excited about talking about.
Oh my gosh! Yay! I love it.
So what? I guess let us know. What is your third selection?
My third selection is The Birdcage.
Ooh, that movie's Miami as fuck. I
Starring
love it.
Robin Williams and Nathan Lane.
Yeah.
Iconic film.
And
Iconic.
Hank Azaria kills it
Everyone's
as
so.
a Guatemalan
Yes.
help.
Yes.
Guatemalan.
Who can't wear shoes? The man needs to be barefoot.
He can't wear shoes.
God,
He'll
I
fall.
love-
He'll
The
fall.
shoes
He's so.
make me fall.
I think I can't walk in these.
Yeah, he. I watched. So I had seen Birdcage when I was younger, and you catch a lot of clips of it, especially like the famous toast scene. You see it. I see it as a reel all the time on Instagram, but I hadn't sat down and watched it from start to end. And I just want to say thank you because that movie is so like as an adult I hadn't seen it.
holds up.
It holds up so.
holds
It's so
up.
good.
I agree.
Robin Williams is a fucking G, bro.
Yeah, it's
Such a G.
he's phenomenal. He was just coming off of the Doubtfire, Mrs. Doubtfire, not the Doubt. That sounds like a Terminator movie.
Take it easy.
He was coming out of Mrs. Doubtfire, and they wanted him to play Nathan Lane's character, and he turned it down because he's like, I was just in like drag, I was just wearing
Yeah.
clothes, like I should play something
And
else.
he wanted Nathan to play it because it was like he was only doing stage thing. He wasn't really getting work, and he wanted to help him.
Right, Nathan Lane was they wanted Nathan Lane, and he was doing a play. Or yeah, it was exactly how you said. And so they decided to, I think, hold off the play or hold off the film production just to get him in there. And I think the both of them together are the magic of that movie. It's like it's so.
It's the brilliant chemistry they have.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
Also,
So
there
true.
was like things happening that where there were like rumors of Nathan Lane being gay coming out,
Right,
And they were
right.
trying to like get him to like talk about it. And I think it was like on Oprah.
Oh, it was
or
on
something.
Oprah.
And then they asked him something, and Robin Williams immediately like makes a joke and takes it all away and takes all the attention. And then they stop talking. And Nathan Lane has said it. He goes, "Oh, he protected me so much."
Yeah.
He was like, while we were like touring for that movie,
Yeah.
he was like, "I love him so much." He's like, he protected me every day.
Yeah, yeah. It's a great. It's based off of a French play, I believe.
Yeah.
And they made it into to a film. And the movie is essentially Robin Williams plays a nightclub owner in Miami. Well, they called it a drag club is what I think what they like call it in
Yeah.
the movie.
Basically, the palace of its day.
Oh, exactly. Palace,
yeah,
yes.
that's true.
And
Hell
Nathan
yeah.
Lane plays the star of like the venue. She's like the star of the show,
The queen.
And Robin Williams' son is going to get married to Ally McBeal.
Yes.
and a very young Ally McBeal. And then her parents are politically connected. Gene
Not just politically, like very conservative.
Gene Hackman's
Yeah.
like a governor or something.
He's like the vice president of the board of morality or good morale or some shit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's specifically something. Yeah, and essentially it's a build up to a dinner scene where Robin Williams and Nathan Lane are supposed to like either hide or suppress their queer side to win over this hyper conservative thing. So it's like, all right, first off, as sad as that sounds on paper, it's actually comedy gold. It opens up this like opportunity for so many hilarious scenes, and yeah, it's great. I guess I don't know if the premise is a little dated by today's standards, but it's a wonderful like play as far as like
It might be, but the payoff is so good in
It's
the
great.
end because like the message is so clear that in the end, like when they help they end up helping the Ally McBeal's parents.
yeah. Gene Hackman and
Gene Hackman.
and
Right.
Edward Scissorhands' mom. Like
Oh my
I don't know
God,
anyone's
yes.
name by the way.
Such an iconic laugh. Okay, good. I feel less ashamed.
No, this is me half the time. This is why he's here so we can Google it.
No, fully Edward Scissorhands' mom and Gene
Gene
Hackman.
Hackman.
And they're like escaping, and they kind of do see at the end, you know, like their point of view and their lifestyle, and that they're not these like morally corrupt people, you
Right.
know. So yeah,
Diane Weiss.
Diane Weiss,
Diane
that's her
Weiss.
name. Yeah, she's fucking.
And yeah, like at the end, they're playing like "We Are Fan," and they're all walking. And,
The
like,
movie's book ended
Yes.
with that song.
Exactly, yeah.
Especially at the end there, I guess we're skipping straight to the end, but whatever. The end is where there's a scandal that Gene Hackman has to deal with, and then the reporters and the journalists like they find him at this drag club hiding, and they sneak him out through drag. But what I think is really, really good, it's similar to the end of Mean Girls, where Robin Williams could have just as easily let him fed him to the sharks. You know what I mean? Like, all right, well, sorry, you got to deal with it. But no, he helps him.
Yeah, because they're family. His son's marrying
They're
their
family,
family.
right.
He protects family.
Which, by the way, that son, for like most of that movie, I'm like, fuck this guy, dude.
no, literally,
Right?
in
Like,
the
what the
beginning,
fuck's
like,
his
no,
problem?
it's actually so true. Like
Fucking father's so lovely.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, both his fathers.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Hello, what the hell? His
Yeah.
parents? Yes. Like, what did Nathan Lane do to him?
He's
Like,
breaking his heart. He's just kind of like, my heart is breaking. I was like, oh my God.
and
Yeah.
then the gag of it all was that Nathan Lane did do an incredible job playing his mother.
Yeah.
So it was just
Yeah.
kind of like
Better than his actual
better
mom
than his
could have
actual
done,
biological
which is
mother.
hilarious.
Well, yeah, because Nathan Lane, like, she's like, I raised you.
It's true. One of my favorite scenes that when he's trying to coach him to be a man, and he's like, "How about them dolphins?" I'm like,
yeah.
And he slaps him in the back. He's like, "Ah!" He was like, "You can't do that."
He's screaming the whole like first half of him trying to get him to be like,
But I identify with that so much. I think like that character. Oh my God! And especially seeing it recently, like there's certain scenes that I just recognize, like
Yeah.
me and my partner Chris did. Where like, for example, like when they were rehearsing, and then Nathan's like he's chewing gum. Like
he's like,
it helps me think.
it's a waste of gum.
Nathan Lane is hilarious. I love him.
No,
He's so good.
he's
And then Robin
incredible.
Williams has to like come in and save the day and be like, okay, yeah, just like go take a break, like go cool down. And I feel like that's definitely us nowadays, like where I just feel like this showgirl and like Chris is just like running around in the background trying to like make everything happen, and like I'm just trying to be like the, you know, like trying to be in the middle, trying to like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like,
That's I guess to get off topic a little bit, but how'd you and Chris meet, if you don't mind me asking?
We met at Villain Theater.
You know what?
This whole interview was not sponsored by Villain Theater.
No, but
it can
I'll,
be
I'll
if
hit
they
up.
like.
I'll hit them up for $10. But no, I actually know some of the story, but I don't know if you wanted to maybe share it with our audience a little. It's kind of a cute story.
Yeah, and we're about to be 2 years. We're about to make 2 years this week,
Very
which is so
nice, very
exciting.
nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. It was so very random, so very much like it felt like fate. Like he just like walked into Villain one day, and I was just teching in the tech booth, and he came in towards the end of the show because he wanted to come for karaoke. And he was just sitting there for the end of the improv show. And I honestly, I'm not even going to lie, like, I'd never seen it before. Like, I was there at the time, like, at Villain, like, almost every day.
Yeah.
Like, because I was there for class and then for, you know.
You were a
like,
student during that time.
Yeah, I was a student and then also volunteering. So I was there, like, every Friday and Saturday. So every person that walked through the door, I,
You were
knew.
I know everybody.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know you. So I, like, kept looking back, like, who is this person? And then after the show, I was like, hey, like, have you ever been here before? Like, you should take a class. Like, that was like that's how I flirt.
Yeah. You should.
Let me trap you in this institution with me, so you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Which is so lame, but yeah. And we ended up connecting that night and on Instagram, and then we kind of like kept in touch, and we just, you know, one thing led to another. But that was really like we met at karaoke at Villain, which is so like, I don't know, like couldn't have been written better. I don't think.
That's great. You guys are definitely a power couple in the scene.
Thank you.
Yeah, completely. Chris has great stage presence because
He's
Chris
my
also
other half.
performs.
Yes, Chris started performing at Villain, but also is an incredible, insanely talented artist. And we actually work together on a lot of my drag. Like, he makes so many of my costumes. He
Oh, wow.
makes almost all of it. Like,
awesome.
yes, like we'll buy something either thrifted or we'll buy it like super cheap from Fashion Nova, and then he'll just like turn it into something grand, spectacular, to the point where and like he now makes these incredible boas. So like now the girls are starting to hit him up for commissions.
Oh, that's
and like
good.
he's starting
That's
to build
awesome.
his own like business around it. So but he's there every single week at LinkUp. He supports all the girls. Like he is just like he's our LinkUp daddy, for lack of a better word.
That's awesome. You guys are. I'm fans. I'm a fan. I'm fans. I am one person. I am a fan of you guys. Yeah. And I remember seeing Chris doing some stand up for the 5 for 5, and I was just kind of like, he's got stage presence. Like,
I
He's
think I
so
was there
funny.
for that one.
Oh, were you there for
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
There's a thing, like, when I used to perform music, I would get nervous before, but you would see people, you're like, I don't even think that person gets, like, nervous.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even care.
Just a very comfortable.
Yeah, I
in
was
their
all like,
element.
you're, like, in your element. Nice.
Yeah, that is wonderful. Okay, so if our listeners wanted to catch you on anything, where are you performing next, or where do you regularly perform? Give us time, dates.
Yes, so you can catch me live every single Friday at Villain Theater, 8 o'clock. I'm hosting LinkUp. You could also catch me online at LinnerBaddie on Instagram. And am I doing anything cool coming up? I'm like, oh,
Probably, I
I'm
assume.
blanking. Oh. But yes, please come to LinkUp. We have a lot of very cool shows coming up. We also have our Haunted Dollhouse, which is the Halloween show happening on Halloween night.
I'm excited
wow.
about that one.
Yes,
sounds dope.
I'm very, very excited. I already have my costume and my number planned. I don't know if I want to reveal it, but it is based
No,
on
no,
a character
don't.
movie.
Keep
Okay,
it
okay,
separate.
okay,
Don't,
okay,
yeah.
okay. But yes, like we're doing that, so that's gonna be super, super fun. And yeah, just please. Oh, also follow at LinkUp to keep
I was
post. Yes,
I was about to ask. I was like, is the Instagram at LinkUp?
Yes,
Okay.
mine is at LinerBaddie, but please also follow at LinkUp to keep in the know with all our shows, because every week we have a different theme. And the themes are very fun, and you're gonna want to dress up for them
They
and
have
get into it.
some badass flyers on here.
Yeah.
Thank you. I make them all.
Really?
Nice. It's all you. Nice, because you guys are on it as far as like advertising yourself. You know.
Thank you.
As-
It's a team effort. Like Ari makes all the memes, but I make the flyers
Okay.
and all that. So it's
Flyers
like
are
it's
sick.
thank you.
Yeah, as someone who's always trying to advertise his own stuff,
He does
I
too.
stress
he
like,
makes flyers too. Yeah, he tells
and
me
I'm
all
like,
the
I
time.
hate it. I hate it.
I don't know. I really like it. That's like
Yeah.
another one of my side hobbies. I like editing. Like I like spending hours doing it. Like
The thing was that it's about having the eye and the patience to just be like, all right, I need to like
Right.
clip a centimeter.
Do you do like a schedule? Do you like, okay, today's Tuesday. Tuesday, I do this. Do you have that kind of schedule, or do you just kind of get it?
No, not like that. Not like a strict schedule, but I do know like the flyer, we usually like to post it on Monday. So like Sunday, I'm usually stressing about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we do have like a pretty diligent posting schedule. So as long as I like keep up with that.
All right, cool. So as long as they're
Okay.
following you, they'll see.
Yeah, every
Figure
week,
out.
like what
Okay,
it
cool.
is. Because every week is like new lineup, new girls, new themes. So I have fun with it.
Dope. All right. Well, I think that brings our show to a close here. So, Liner, I just want to say thank you so much for being on my show, being the first femme on Fade In.
Thank you,
Thank you
so
so
much
much.
for having me, Michael.
Yeah.
Honestly, like you are just an OG, and I love this for you. I love
you.
It is very, very nice in here.
I like that the first female guest was a pageant winner.
Yeah, a pageant winner following the same weekend.
Yes.
Wow.
Holy
So
shit.
I know what a classy place looks like.
She did. I like that.
All right, guys, that was LinnerBaddie. This was my co-producer, Krish Canete. And I was your host, Michael Keneal. Thank you guys for listening. You can follow me at FadeInMC or just Michael Keneal if you want to watch some of my stand-up. Thank you so much for listening. Good night.
Good night, guys.